Hi there, thank you for joining me. I'm John Roseman with Tonsorial Virtuoso, and you're joining us for a touch up taper haircut. Something that should be fairly easy and quick. Do it 20 minutes before work, 20 minutes before you're going out. Wham! I'm going to come right in here at the bottom of this taper with the wall designer. The lever is pulled all the way back or so that it's cutting at its closest haircut setting. Now I just opened that lever up, carved in a second step there, and you'll notice today that I'm going to complete this haircut without any clipper guards. So the technique I'm going to use is basically like using the clippers at either a level. Here I'm going level to the scalp. Initially I had the clippers set up like a comb at a 90-degree angle from the scalp. Basically, you're cutting more or less hair depending on the angle you have the clippers at. It's not rocket science, but that's generally what's going on here. I'm going to pan back and forth between these approaches, either adjusting the clippers one way or another to cut more or less hair, to keep it simple. Here the clippers are pretty much all the way open as I pick at that line of demarcation there. People, it's kind of like jazz music. It's call and response. You're using the clippers like a pencil or a paintbrush and adjusting your pressure and the lever as needed to take as much or as little hair away from the area in which you're working. It's a delicate approach. It's a technique that may take a little time to master. I'm making similar steps at the temporal area. Down further by the sideburns, I closed the clipper up, got it real tight at the sideburn, and opened the clipper up for another half an inch section right above that. And now I'm doing the same thing I did in the back. To achieve the blend by opening, closing the clipper lever, and navigating the blend by either standing the clippers up more or less and then bringing them close right to the scalp to cut more or less hair. Hope that makes sense to you, but that's basically what's going on. I've done it for so long and for so many years, it's like second nature to me. It's kind of like freestyle fading, freestyle blending. Obviously, the lever works in a similar fashion as applying a guard, right? It is a standardized way to take more or less hair off. So, besides the lever, let's put it that way, I've not used a guard. And here I'm taking a little color out of that transitional area, mostly by freehanding and sculpting away the hair that doesn't comply with the blend. It's just basically a touch-up haircut. I'm not even going to address the rest of my hair. Basically, I could kind of do this for about 3 weeks, just touching up the hair without really, for how I'm wearing my hair presently, without really bothering the rest of the hair, except to the degree that it comes into the transition of the blend. So doing a quick lineup on the nape area. This trimmer I'm using is zero gap, but on that neck area and over the ear, if you're not really used to and have developed a good hand for moderating the pressure that you put on those clippers, you may want to not use a zero gap clipper. It just can be really uncomfortable when that clipper has too much pressure on it and gouges into the skin. I mean, it will cut, it will abrade some skin, so you may want to develop some level of comfortability with manipulating that tool before you just dive into a zero gap clipper and start trying to carve a hairline on yourself. It's just something to think about. I know you want that tight and crispy look right out the gate, but safety first. By zero gap, if you're not familiar with clipper jargon, it just means that clippers have, well, some manufacturers send them out like that now, but there are many clippers that are not zero gap, and it just means that the adjustment between the cutting blade and the clipper guard, the metal clipper guard over the cutting blade, is either adjusted for excessive closeness or not as excessive closeness. So, wrapping this haircut up, going to the front lineup. We're just about done here. You've probably seen this done many times in many videos, including my own. You know, if you want more detailed instructions on exactly what I'm doing here, check out some of my other videos on self haircuts. I've got a library of them on YouTube at this point, and I just wanted to kind of like share this particular approach to a tune-up or a in-between haircuts, freshen up. It's basically a tapered haircut. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. I hope this haircutting video helped you out. I'm John Roseman with Tonsorial Virtuoso. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.